Bring your hands behind your back for me.
What did I do?
Bring your hands behind your back.
What did I do?
Here, let's get out here.
What did I do? If there was a crime here to investigate, I would accept an investigative detention, but there is nothing to investigate. So I'm wanting this detention to be over. I mean, you guys swore to defend citizens' rights.
I don't need you to educate me. I'm here to help out, okay?
I'm just asking.
Stand up here.
Until I can figure out who you are.
I'm not going to ID.
Okay, stand up here. You're required to follow our instructions.
I'm not. Why am I
Sir,
detained?
don't just stand up here. It's for our safety and for your safety.
I'll stand over here.
Okay, bring your hands behind your back for me.
What did I do?
Bring your hands behind your back.
What did I do?
Here, let's get out here.
What did I do?
You're not following our orders.
There was no resistance, no nothing.
There was no reason for you to not follow our orders, was there? Other than being asked.
Other than I'm a free
Good
man
job
in
of that.
America that I don't have to listen to what another man tells me to do unless I've broken the law. Why
Don't
should
be
I
a dumbass. Just follow the police
if I haven't
orders.
broken the
It's
law?
simple.
This isn't
Follow
Nazi
orders.
Germany. I don't have to follow orders if I haven't broken the law.
You don't want to quit, do you?
I'm going to stand up for my rights. I'm in cuffs for no reason.
You're in cuffs for not following orders.
I don't have to.
You did that to
follow orders
yourself.
when I'm being illegally detained. You have to have a crime to investigate.
No, we have to have reasonable, articulable facts.
Of a crime.
Yeah.
Of a crime.
Yeah.
And there is no crime.
There is a crime of what we got called to.
No, there isn't. Why
Don't
should
be
I
a dumbass. Just follow the police
if I haven't
orders.
broken the
It's
law?
simple.
This isn't
Follow
Nazi
orders.
Germany. I don't have to
Oh
follow
my God.
orders. If
You
I
have no
haven't
idea what you're
broken the
talking
law.
about.
This is Jahshua. He's been a professional real estate photographer in the state of Utah for the past 12 years. He documents properties through photography, which is not only a lawful and constitutionally protected activity, this is what Jahshua and many other Americans do for a living. Yet in Morgan County, Utah, he was unlawfully detained by ignorant and arrogant law enforcement officials while simply doing his job. On August 14th, 2024, Jahshua was working for a client who wanted him to take pictures of a townhome unit, Unit 97. A concerned neighbor confronted Jahshua, and after a short conversation where Jahshua explained what he was doing, she decided to call 911.
Right, and then when you confronted him, he just told you that the property owner had told him to come and do this?
Yeah, but, like, we own our townhome.
Yeah.
So
it would have to be like an HOA or something?
Yeah, and he said it wasn't the HOA, but, like, the contractor, because they're still building over here. So, I mean, we've been here for 3 years. And, like, I know the contractor, and I know his name, so when I asked for the guy's name, he, like, hurried and rushed away, like he wouldn't tell me who it was.
Okay. All right, I've got this in. There is a grass fire in the Morgan area that our deputies are out on right now, so we'll try to see if one of them can get away just to come and check the area for him and just contact him if they need to.
If it's, like, not a big deal thing, then it's okay. But if it was kind of a bigger thing where he has pictures of our home, I would prefer to know, I guess. And we did call the contractor, but he didn't answer, so I'll have to ask my husband, too, if he got a call back. If the guy gave him permission, I can ask that, too, before you send somebody.
Okay. Well, I do have this in either way, that they can do, like, extra patrol and they can come out. And just, like I said, just check the area. So if anything changes or gets worse, give us a call back. But I'm going to keep this in here for now and get somebody headed out there as soon as we can, okay?
Okay.
Now, before the police arrived on the scene, this is Jahshua, in his own words, describing the interaction that he had with the 911 caller.
While I was shooting the common grass area in the back, I saw her step out onto her back patio. I quickly said, "Hi, do you mind if I take a photo real fast?" She ignored me, got a dirty look on her face, and started walking towards me faster. Halfway across the grass, she yells at me, "What are you taking photos for?" I replied to her, "It's for my job, it's for real estate." She continues walking towards me and gets to where I am, and then says, "Well, who are you taking photos for?" I pointed in the direction of the unit that I was photographing, and I told her it's for those owners. I took my picture and walked away. She followed me, stopped me again, and said, "Well, what's their names then?" I replied to her, "Ma'am, I don't give away people's personal information," trying to maintain professionalism.
It's important to note that the body cam video we're watching was withheld from Jahshua for 175 days. As of the recording of this video, the prosecution has not provided dash or body cam footage in discovery, nor a witness list causing the trial to be continued. When Deputy Neil Green arrives on the scene, Jahshua is already talking to Deputy Boots, who is not wearing a body cam.
Hey, do you want... It's 97, correct? That you work for? 97? So I think it's 97, the end unit down there.
I think I'm being illegally detained.
Will you go get the real estate
taking
agent's
photos in public.
information real fast?
Yeah. Yep.
Being illegally detained.
Now Deputy Green makes his way to the door of the homeowner for whom Jahshua is taking photos.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Sorry to bug you. We're investigating this minor incident down the street here. There's somebody out taking photos.
Yeah, I talked to the other officer. But
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
He has my ID right now, so I was coming out.
Oh, perfect. Do you have the... Are you working through a realtor right now?
Yeah, you want the number?
Yeah, if you have the name and number, that would be great. We just want to make sure he's legitimate.
Yes.
The homeowner verifies that Jahshua is legit, that he's supposed to be there, and gives Deputy Green the realtor's information. So, investigation complete, right? Not when your aim as an unconstitutional deputy appears to be to detain somebody for no reason. I mean, keep in mind, everything that happens after this point is done with the knowledge that Jahshua was hired to take the photos he was taking.
So, to your knowledge, was he supposed to be here to take photos, or?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yep. And he was asked to take photos of the common area.
Okay.
We left the house.
Legally detained by partner over there.
All right. I don't know. I'm just jumping in the middle of this, so I don't know what all's going
If
on.
there was a crime here to investigate, I would accept an investigative detention. But there is nothing to investigate. It's pretty plain and clear. It's photos.
Well, I'm going to go touch base with him, and then we'll go from there. Okay.
Do it quickly, because I'm wanting this detention to be over. It's not right. He's also trying to force you to ID and everything else. I want to keep my rights intact.
Understand.
I mean, you guys swore to defend.
All right,
citizens'
man.
rights.
I don't need you to educate me. I'm here to help out.
I'm just
Okay.
asking who's like.
Okay. Just let us do our job.
Another one here that's going to illegally detain.
Let us do our job, and we'll get you on your way. Just relax. Don't escalate this. Keep it simple.
You're not something to relax about.
14. Where you at?
Who's over here wasting my time?
So here's all the realtor info. That's the name of the realty company. And then the phone number.
Perfect. Okay, I'm going to go grab my phone.
Okay, cool.
Get my notepad.
Oh, thanks.
Somewhere.
I might.
No, you're good.
I'm sure I do if I didn't give it back. For some reason, I thought I'd give it back to you. Maybe I didn't.
What's interesting about this is that Deputy Boots, with his notepad in his left hand, asks Deputy Green if he has his notepad. And then, with his right hand, hands Green a pair of cuffs. Is this their silent police code to put Jahshua in cuffs no matter what?
I have your ID down here in my car. If you want to come grab it. I'd love to grab that.
Just to speed things up, both deputies and Jahshua meet back at Deputy Boots' patrol car. Sergeant Jeremy Jacques also arrives on the scene. And this is where the law enforcement egos switch into feelings protection mode and the tyrannical fangs come out.
Step on this on the car.
I'm still being detained.
Step on this
Stand up here.
car until I can figure out who you are.
I'm not going to ID.
Okay, stand up here. You're required to follow our instructions.
I'm not. Why am I
Sir?
being detained?
Don't just stand up here. It's for our safety and for your safety.
I'll stand over here.
Okay, bring your hands behind your back for me.
What did I do?
Bring your hands behind your back.
What did I do?
Here, let's get out here.
What did I do?
You're not following our orders.
Why do I have to follow your orders? What?
Hey, let me put the camera up here so it doesn't
Hey,
get
can
rough.
somebody film this?
Hey, can you please?
Here. I feel like I'm not going to resist. I'm not going to resist. But why? Do I have a lesson learned or something?
There are no lessons to learn. It
We
already,
give you lawful order and you're refusing to
I told you I didn't want you
Why
sitting
am I-
on my car right on there when I'm sitting there trying to do a few things to figure out who you are.
What have I done? What law have I broken?
Possibly voyeurism. That's what we're trying to figure out.
What?
Yeah. Look.
Real estate photography is what I'm doing.
Cool. Well, we got to figure that all out.
And it's what I've done for like 12 years.
Guess what? We get called to something, it's our job to investigate. That's
What
it.
crime?
Your
Are
rights
you
are not being
investigating?
detained.
Are your cameras, body cameras?
What did my sergeant just say?
What crime? Voyeurism?
Yes.
I think you heard us the first time.
And what did I voyeur?
Somebody's home.
This is something that's done all the time. You shoot the outside of a unit to put it up for sale.
Or somebody calls us and says,
You had to explain by the owner that they're doing it for real estate.
huh?
The owner that I'm doing it for, they've explained to you it's for real estate.
Well, the owner never invited you here.
Yeah, they did.
Here's how willing these deputies are to be dishonest with what's going on. Sergeant Jacques just made the unsubstantiated and false claim that the owner never invited Jahshua to be here. Deputy Green, who's standing right there, could have corrected this sergeant, cleared the air, and revealed that yes, indeed, the homeowner did contract Jahshua to do what he was doing. But he remained silent while an innocent man is standing there in cuffs.
The owner.
97. That's who I'm shooting for.
Why are they saying that?
Because somebody else is confused about why I'm taking photos. It's just a confusion on their end. It shouldn't be a reason that I'm in cuffs.
The reason you're in cuffs is not for following our orders for safety purposes. You made that choice.
I was just
That's
standing
why
over
you're
here
in
out
cuffs
the
right
road.
now. We told you to stand in front of this car where we could see you. Period.
Why do I have?
Okay,
why
don't
should
be a
I
dumbass. Just
detained
follow the police
if I
fucking
haven't
orders.
broken the
It's
law?
simple.
This is
Follow
Nazi
orders.
Germany. I don't have to follow
Oh my God.
orders if
You
I
have
haven't
no idea what
broken
you're
the
talking
law.
about.
If I haven't broken the law,
We're
you guys don't have to
investigating.
order me
Hey,
around.
it's simple.
I haven't broken the
We
law.
have a job to do.
But I
We get
haven't broken
dispatched.
the law.
Just shut your mouth and I'll explain to you.
But there's no reason to detain me if I haven't broken the law.
We get dispatched to
You have
something.
no reasonable or acceptable suspicion
There's no getting through to you.
to put me in cuffs.
Just keep
I am going to make this into a lawsuit.
Okay.
I absolutely have to.
Perfect.
I haven't done anything.
That's your right. Do it. Do it. I enjoy the lawsuit that'll go nowhere.
So your name and badge number, Mr. Green?
Yep.
Which badge number? Is it part of the policy to give
know
the
what?
public your... Like, why are
Well,
we
we
not
don't-
going
here.
by...
Do yourself a
Why are
favor.
you guys
Exercise
not
your
playing by the
Fifth Amendment
rules?
rights,
Let me
okay?
explain something to you, okay? You're in a tiny ass county. We don't have badge numbers.
I'm just
I have
wondering.
a call sign.
An employee ID number? Anything.
Okay, well, my number is 62,
Okay.
my employee ID number, but we don't have badge numbers.
I would like to know what law I have broken.
That's what we're investigating. To find out if a law has been, if a
Public
violation of,
photography is protected under the First Amendment even.
and that's great. If everything checks out, then you'll be on your way. I don't know what happened or
Why
what
am I being detained?
what you did to get
He
yourself
said
in the
stand
cuffs.
Are you with a
Like I'm a
photography
dog.
company or what?
And I'm not. I haven't broken the law.
Do
I
you work
don't
for a
get
company,
ordered
yes or
around.
no?
I'm not answering questions. I'm in cuffs.
I'm trying to help you out here so we get you on your way. So.
You're telling you a word before it gets me out of cuffs?
Okay.
This is ridiculous.
I don't think it's ridiculous.
This
way
is
you're behaving
absolutely
is ridiculous.
What's the investigation part?
Because somebody called us here,
Okay.
that somebody's photographing their home, that they, in the front and in the back of their home, that they didn't invite to their home.
And anybody can take pictures of anything that they can see in public.
You can't trespass on their property though either.
That was a common area that I was invited into. That's not trespassing. I haven't been trespassing. There's no reason why I wouldn't be able to be there.
Again, Deputy Green knows Jahshua was invited by the homeowner to be there, and he's still not informing Sergeant Jacques.
It's public at that point.
So
It's not restricted. I'm not restricted by anything here.
Let's do our job and investigate so we can find out. If you're not up to
Just
anything shady, you'll be on your way. You got nothing to worry about.
I think we
right?
just investigated it and you had it explained to you clearly. This is all public. You're arresting me for being in public.
No.
Yeah.
You're not arrested.
You can look at anything your eyes can see in public. That's not voyeurism.
Well, when somebody calls us and tells us that
if I was in
camera
their
pointing
window,
through somebody's window.
that's a whole different
That's
thing.
very likely
You want to see the
voyeurism.
pictures? You want to see the pictures?
I'll let our investigating deputy look at the pictures if that's what he wants to do. I'm just here to assist him.
Like, then the investigation's over, isn't it? Because you're not voyeuring into somebody's window.
You don't know when to quit, do you?
Well, I'm going to stand up for my rights. I'm in cuffs for no reason.
You're in cuffs for not following orders.
I don't have to
You do
follow
that to
orders
yourself.
when I'm being illegally detained.
You're not being illegally
You
detained.
never were illegally detained.
Yeah, there's no investigation here.
There is
There's
an
no law
investigation.
broken.
Well,
You have to
when
have
we're-
a crime to investigate.
No, we have to have reasonable, articulable facts.
Of a crime.
Yeah,
Of a crime.
yeah.
And there is no crime.
There is a crime of what we got called to.
No, there isn't. You're just describing something that is like peeping in a Tom and peeping in a window on somebody. That is not
don't-
the call you got.
I don't
That
know
is
what
not
you're
the
doing
call
out
you
here.
got. You're trying to make this into a voyeurism, but it's not, and you know it's not.
I never said I'm investigating if it is or is not.
Then what are we doing? We're just
He's
standing
doing
here?
his job.
I mean, he already has done his job. He has already talked to them. It has already been clarified.
Okay. Well, when he's done, and
She can clarify before he did. She hired me to take real estate photos. They've got me over here in cuffs. I don't know, but I'm over here in cuffs. He might be over there in cuffs. Who knows?
Like it says, do you have any other further information on him that I okay. All right, but like I said.
While Joshua continues talking with Sergeant Jacques, Deputy Green heads back to Deputy Boots' cruiser just in time for us to hear Boots accuse Joshua of being a roadside lawyer simply for standing on his rights.
And so when we're out here just trying to figure out who this gentleman is because of the fact that he was calling us and he wants to play the roadside lawyer with us until we figure it out, no one's going to meet him at this point because we don't know what he's doing, right? No, you're good. Like it says, hey, do you have any other further information on him that I okay. Okay. All right, but like I said.
And now he's trying to screw me over with my client. That's another thing that's I'm going to be putting into the policy. He's over there talking bad and everything. I've known them for years. They're going to let me know everything that was said.
perfect. And sue us.
I will.
Cool.
FOIA request will be going in first thing tomorrow.
Perfect.
Where's your guys' apartment? Where's your located?
48 West
You got
Junction.
a card? Now you want to stare me down? Trying to intimidate me?
You're staring me down. You're the one that's sitting here
I'm not trying to
making eye
stare you
contact
down.
with me all creepily like.
What are you talking about? How creepily like? Can you describe it better?
Well, you're staring me down.
I'm not staring you down. You're staring me down. I looked over and you were just mad dogging me. Because you have a point where it's just like you tried to hurt my arm and you put these cuffs on me. You did it on purpose. And there was no reason for it.
Dude,
You were using more force than necessary.
stop pretending to be a victim here.
I'm not. I'm just stating the facts. You don't like the facts, I understand.
Your facts are bullshit. They're not facts.
No, they are facts. You were trying to be a little more aggressive than you needed to be for no reason.
No.
There was no resistance, no nothing.
There was no reason for you to not follow our orders, was there? Other than be an asshole.
Other than I'm a
Did a
free
good
man
job
in
of that.
America that I don't have to listen to what another man tells me to do unless I've broken the law.
And then as I
You clearly don't know
That's
what
the
you're
truth.
talking about.
I clearly do.
No.
I absolutely
Far
know
from
for
it.
a fact I do.
It's cute. Keep it up.
The Constitution, the oath you take, is to uphold and protect the rights of the citizens, not to abuse the rights of the citizens.
No rights are being abused.
Yeah, they are. I'm being illegally detained. No crime has been committed, and you know that. If you knew your job with laws, you would know that public photography is not illegal, and voyeurism is peeking through somebody's window, which you know I wasn't doing.
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure
You do
out.
know that.
I don't know that.
You do know that. They all know that. He's just taking the extra time to talk bad to my client to make me look bad, like I've done something wrong, when I haven't.
What do you mean to your client?
He's talking to my agent that I work for.
And if the agent says everything's good, then
Hey, I'm in cuffs right now. get a hold of Thomas if you can. Either attorney will work. I would like to this illegal detention to end.
When he's finished with his investigation.
He's not investigating. He's over there bad-mouthing me to my agent. That's not an investigation.
No, it is an investigation.
He's over there obtaining my information without my permission. He doesn't have a reason to have my information. Fourth Amendment violation.
Okay.
He was trying to force my ID out of me. And I asked him over and over, am I being detained? And it was that point he wanted to detain me.
Now let's go to the conversation Boots and Green are having after Boots finishes the call with the realtor who hired Jahshua. Everything Boots claims here against Jahshua is a lie.
So has he been decent since then?
No.
So
Being a frick.
it is not common practice for him to sit there and take pictures inside people's houses and stuff. That's the people that hired him. And she goes, no, every once in a while he'll take a picture of the whole road to show what it's attached to. And it's not okay for him to be taking pictures of people's properties and their personal stuff.
Yeah.
She goes, I don't hire him for that.
Oh. So had she hired him at all?
Yeah, she hired him to take pictures of this house and this house.
Oh. And so he was taking pictures of everybody else.
Standing at the very back in the back of their place. She's sitting in her house, her blinds are open, and he's standing there with the tripod taking pictures inside her house.
Oh, no
she opened
shit.
up the door saying, can I help you? Why are you taking pictures of me? She says, I'm just doing my job. Takes a few more pictures. She says, well, your job is what, taking pictures of me? He's like, am I trespassing? Am I breaking just like he's doing with us? Am I breaking the law? Am I doing this?
Wow. He did say, for what it's worth, he goes, he offered to show me the photos that he took. So I don't know if you want to.
No, well,
He's not.
he's been wandering around. Who knows what he deleted? I don't even give a shit.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
So, did he give you his date of birth or anything?
No, doesn't give me shit.
Hey, Josh, what's your date of birth?
You're legally required to identify yourself, by the way.
So I'm going to be arrested if I don't?
Talk to this deputy.
What is your date of birth? I'm trying to make this
I will
easy.
give it to you. If you tell me I'm going to be arrested, if I don't give it to you, I'll give it to you.
You want me to tell you you're being arrested?
If you're going to threaten me with arrest.
I'm not threatening you with anything.
What?
Right now, I'm
Okay.
trying to figure out the situation because your employer is saying at not any given time has she ever hired you to take direct pictures inside people's or their personal property.
I've never taken a picture inside.
That's not what these people are saying when her blinds are open. That's why I'm trying to figure this out so we can either get you out of here or you and I can sit down and have a more civil conversation about
So you want
this.
to force my information out of me?
No, I want to talk to you. There's no forcing.
So
no.
my birthday let you know that whether or not I was looking through windows.
I'm telling you what they're telling us. I'm trying to figure this out, sir. I'm trying to be decent with you. You're the reason you're in handcuffs.
The reason Jahshua is in handcuffs is because two deputies who got their egos bruised by a guy standing for his rights decided to put him in cuffs in violation of their oath to protect and serve the community. See, a hallmark of an abuser is to blame the victim for the abuse inflicted by the abuser himself. People like these deputies don't need badges and guns.
Yep, that's a 14 millimeter lens, which is very wide angle, which is very far away. So from that back corner, you can't even see into a window.
Okay. What is your date of birth so I can make sure that we have everything correct so that we can try to get you out of here?
What crime am I being detained for? Just then I'll give you my birthday.
Are you shitting me? You want to go down this road?
I just want to know.
I'm going to go get statements from them about...
Okay.
I just want to know what crime I'm being detained for.
I told you
Voyeurism?
for investigation of voyeurism. I'm not accusing you of it.
But you would have to say that I was looking through windows, so you can look right at my camera right here and see what I was looking at. And then the investigation's over.
Well, we're going to talk to these
I'm
folks.
shooting that back common space because
We also don't know what you may or may not have deleted from your camera, though, either. Again, this is why we have to investigate.
You'll be able to tell because they're all in sequence.
Okay, well, maybe we can venture down that path. We'll see.
They're all in sequence.
Okay.
Just
cooperate with us. We're trying to expedite things the best we can. Well, your rights have not been violated. I know you think they have, but they have not.
But if I'm being detained and there's no crime...
We don't know that yet.
Taking photos in public is not a crime.
Hang on a second. You may, in your own head, know I didn't commit a crime, but we don't know that.
No.
We're the police. Our job is to investigate if a crime has occurred or not.
I don't know.
So taking photos in public is illegal?
No.
Okay.
But if you're
Okay, so
taking
you're taking
photos
photos
inside
in
somebody's home, as they're alleging, that is highly illegal.
I wasn't taking photos inside
But that's
their
what we're
home.
investigating. That's why we don't
So
know.
I have false
That's why we don't know if there's a
allegations
crime
against
yet.
me?
That's why we don't. It's our job to investigate. We can't just take your word for it. We don't know you. You don't know me. That's our job. We're cops. We investigate shit. Sometimes people allege a crime that didn't occur. Sometimes people allege a crime that did occur. It's our job to find out if it occurred or
We're
not.
neutral fact finders. That is all we do.
So, and while we're doing that, you are required to identify yourself. It's a criminal violation not to. So if that's something you want to get stuck with, then that's on you. We'll find out who you are one way or another.
I'll be arrested if I don't identify myself because it's against the law, and you're saying that this is illegal detention, and I have to. So I'll identify myself.
Okay, what's your name?
As long as you guys are saying that by law I have to.
You do.
In this
Yes, we said that multiple times to you.
And if I don't do it, I'll go to jail. Right?
There's a very high likelihood of that, yes.
I need a yes or no. We're just going by the book, dude.
We're not
I'll
going.
identify myself.
Okay, perfect. Then who are you?
Am I going to go to jail if I don't?
Identify yourself?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. My name's Joe.
How do I spell your last name, Josh? Okay. Do you have a Utah driver's license on file, or? Okay. See, it was easy.
That wasn't easy.
Oh, that's not going to be easy.
I'll be right
It's
back.
not over.
I don't know why you gotta make it so difficult, man.
I'm not making it difficult. I didn't do anything.
Well, that's what we have to figure out.
Taking photos in public, it's not voyeurism when you're just taking photos in public.
Okay.
I can take photos of anything my eyes
You're
can
right.
see.
You can come video me all through my office.
thing,
You don't
everything.
think I'm trained on
Yeah, you
First
know this.
Amendment audits and all that other
I'm
bullshit?
glad you are.
Yeah, I am. And when there's an allegation involving a home, you know that's different. You know damn well it is.
It's not when it's public. Anything you can see.
But when somebody's telling us
That
otherwise,
you look through their windows?
that you're taking
You guys
pictures,
are making that up. Nobody said that. I was over there when he was investigating and talking to them.
Okay,
I got it
cool.
on camera. Nobody said
perfect.
that. You guys are making that up.
Whatever false narratives you want to create in your goofy head, go for it.
Go ahead and try to belittle me.
You're belittling yourself
Why are
just
you
fine.
trying to belittle me? What
I've
does
got
that mean
dispatch on
for
you.
you? Is it part of the job or is it a personal thing to belittle me?
You sure know how to make your life difficult, don't you?
What, by speaking freely? Like that, you got a problem with
By
that?
speaking freely,
You got a
but
problem with
not having any idea what you're talking about.
No, you're over here trying to belittle me. Again, you just tried to say I didn't know what I'm talking about.
Because you
but
keep
I
trying to
do.
put words in our mouth and make drastic assumptions that are completely false.
You guys are
and
making
incoherent.
false assumptions about voyeurism and other stuff for a reason to be here.
Okay.
You guys must be bored.
Again, believe these false narratives you've created. That's
You are creating
fine.
false narratives. You're just like the Russians. I listen to the Russians lie all the time while they're doing exactly the same thing. They're accusing the other.
Okay.
Yeah. You're over there making a false narrative, accusing me of making a false narrative. Right? Can it seem like it's me, not you? But it's you actually making a false narrative?
What kind of meds are you on, man? What kind of meds are you on?
I'm on reality, man. As I'm listening to you make a false narrative. To have me in handcuffs.
Advising is now passing exit 343. They've attempted to get to 28, but it's pretty dark.
I don't know about anything about qualified immunity either.
10 just expired, you know.
Okay.
Find out. You good for a sec?
Yeah. Just put them in one of our cars in the meantime.
Sergeant Jock meets back up with Deputy Boots, who's in the process of explaining to homeowners that everything Jahshua is doing is legal. But because Boots is acting like he's an expert in photography, he thinks he knows what Jahshua was doing was also not good practice. So basically, Boots is slandering Jahshua.
legally he is where he's supposed to be.
Okay.
Practice-wise, he just lost a job.
Okay.
Because that is not common practice, and you know this doing it. It's not common practice. But when you're telling a photographer, go to this area, take a picture of the road, take a picture of everything else, and he's hired to do a job, and these guys know he's here to do a job because they're the ones that hired him, and he's walking around doing his job, and not good practice, but it is legal.
Okay.
Just not professional ethics.
Yeah.
No.
Be courteous to disclose what he's doing.
Meanwhile, Deputy Green is still trying everything he can think of to get Jahshua on something, anything, asking him where his vehicle is so he can run the plates, and implying he's a criminal.
Terrorism claim that you're making up?
Could.
I would like to end this detention. It's illegal.
You mean the voyeurism claim that seems very legitimate up to this point?
Very legitimate?
Yeah.
Not even close.
So far.
Not even close.
That's what all criminals say.
Oh, now I'm a criminal. Yeah.
We're working on it. We're trying to find out.
You're trying to
find out.
Yeah.
You're doing that to yourself.
No, I'm not. I haven't done anything wrong.
I don't know why you're so confrontational. If you're just cool with us, then we could wrap this up quickly and potentially get you on your way.
Hey, just stay on the line listening to this.
I've got it all recorded right here, so...
I'm in cuffs because I didn't stand where you wanted me to stand.
I'm going to put you in the back of my car here for now.
My camera?
Phone up here. Yeah, I'll grab it.
So I'm going into the back of a cop car now. Still haven't broken the law. I still haven't broken the law.
After Deputy Green left Jahshua in the back of his vehicle for about 10 more minutes, knowing full well that he's innocent, they finally uncuff him while Deputy Boots claims he's given Jahshua a break.
Okay. Hold up. Right here, right in this finger.
Do I have to?
You have to.
By law?
By law. Either you do this or we're going to jail. I'm trying to get you a break here. Okay, do me a favor. Sign right here. What you're being charged with is interfering with a peace officer.
By law?
By law. It says either you sign it or you go to jail. This is in lieu of you going to jail.
You have a problem asking questions?
No, I don't have a problem with you asking questions. Okay, so here's your copy, alright? You're going to go to the Morgan Justice Court, 48 Young Street. Got any questions? Phone number's right there for you, okay? Okay. See you then.
Oh, I can't go on the property?
No, you got to go. After all this stuff, you got to go today.
So I'm being trespassed for public property?
No, I'm telling you, you're not going back and causing any more issues. So you can either get in your car and leave, or I'll take the ticket and we'll go to jail. I'm trying to make this easy for you. You just don't get it. You bought this yourself.
Appreciate the breaks you've been given and move on.
What's interesting is that when Jahshua walked away, Green, Boots, and Jacques have a little discussion. The question is asked of Boots, did you talk to his employer? And because the employer sounds like she believed the lies Deputy Boots told her, the employer is considering finding a new photographer. So these deputies are standing around jeopardizing the livelihood of an innocent American.
So did you talk to his employer?
Oh, yeah.
What does the employer have to say?
This sucks. I've been using him for 10 years. I didn't realize his job is to take banks of the entire thing, but not individual property and not individual stuff. I'm like, and individual people standing in the windows. And she goes, well, then I guess I'm going to have to get a new photographer. And it sucks because I've been using him for this long. I was like, well, your photographer's an asshole. And I was like, he brought this on himself instead of just telling me who he was. So that
After this, they mute their body cams. But you heard that right. Deputy Boots actually calls one of our fellow Americans an a-hole for standing for his rights. And to add insult to injury, Jahshua visited the county attorney and the sheriff to discuss this violation of his rights. And here's what the attorney and the sheriff had to say. Please excuse the music overlay. It's what appears on Jahshua's original video.
We were advised from our county attorney that we put that in the so you can go talk to him about it.
Reasonable or articulable suspicion.
I'm aware of the law, and you have a right to an attorney to advise you what that is, because you might need a little more advisement on that, which is fine. So
the Constitution advises employment.
Yep, it does.
Yeah, the first
but there's a lot of disagreement. Yep. So that was your question. That's the answer, and I'm happy to.
So you're the sheriff, law-abiding citizen. Being put in handcuffs is okay.
You're being detained for an investigation.
An investigation of what?
So once again, I'm advising the sheriff not to talk to you about this without your attorney present.
Suspicious activity. So real estate photography is a suspicious activity in Morgan County.
I'm not going to talk to you about. You have a right to an attorney, and you need to get a waiver before I'm going to talk to you, because I have professional rules of conduct.
Okay.
And I'm not going to talk to you about your case.
You can say suspicion all you want, but reasonable is not part of the equation.
Disorderly conduct too. He's a black man in Morgan.
Thank you for explaining that.
Pictures. This is the problem.
It appears that the Morgan County, Utah Sheriff's Office has no interest in doing what is right. So I'll leave the link to the Morgan County Sheriff's Facebook page in the description below, as well as the link to Jahshua's channel and his GoFundMe page that he set up so he can fight this. Jahshua said he's still being maliciously prosecuted, that the charges should have already been dropped, and the judge wouldn't grant his motion for dismissal. And apparently, prosecution is unwilling to fulfill discovery requirements to this day and has seemingly made inaccurate and false statements to the court, misrepresenting the facts of the interaction. There's a lot of corruption here that needs to be exposed. Help us get this out by liking and sharing this video and leaving a comment. I'll see you in the next video.